Hello and welcome. If you're watching this recording, then you are here to learn a little bit about our ACUHO-I Research Committee. So my name is Janie Sacco, she, her pronouns. I am the Assistant Director of Occupancy Management at the University of Washington. And in this capacity, I currently serve as the 2023 chair for the Research Committee. So a little bit about our committee is that we are a group that meets on a monthly basis. We meet for about an hour a month, typically on the third Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern time, and we meet virtually. We come together in those meetings to give updates around research that's going on across ACUHO-I and then also share opportunities we have for folks to be involved. Our committee is very much a project-based committee, meaning that we get together monthly to chat and get together, build community. And then during the month, we're often working on tasks that are needed to get business accomplished in the association. So there's lots of always fun things going on. It's really great because folks can join when they are able to and when they have time, and they can work on specific projects. We have members who attend every monthly meeting. We have members who attend when they can, and we have folks who consistently work on some very specific projects we have. So what my colleagues are going to do is we're going to kick it around and folks are going to share a little bit about the projects that they work on. So in addition to having a chair, this committee's leadership also has a co-chair. So one of the best opportunities I have for folks is that they can get involved in terms of committee leadership. We are always looking for one chair and one co-chair. That's how we're structured, and it's a 2-year commitment. So if you start as co-chair, you are the co-chair for the first year as you learn about running the committee, and then in your second year, you are the chair. So we are currently seeking a co-chair for the 2024 year, so 2024-25, and we currently do have a co-chair. And so if you are interested in that co-chair opportunity, please feel free to reach out to us and we can go ahead and get you connected. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to Tori for introduction and a little bit about what we do with endorsed and funded research.
Hello, my name is Tori Nagash, and I serve as the professional staff liaison for the research committee. My day-to-day role is research initiatives manager for ACUHO-I, and I think I am going to talk a little bit about two of our ongoing and yearly research opportunities, and that would be the endorsed research and funded research processes. Endorsed research is sort of a rolling opportunity for student and faculty, staff, researchers alike to submit materials related to the research that they are working on for consideration by the research committee. And once reviewed, if that research is endorsed, then this means that you have the stamp of ACUHO-I's endorsement of the work, and I will then serve as a liaison with you to help with recruiting participants, either individual or institutional, for your research. And I sort of take the burden off of you by finding out who you're looking to be part of your sample and then pulling that list for you. You never have to, we never give you access to that, so you don't have to worry about having a confidential list of names and contact information. And then we'll send email communication out to those in the list on your behalf. So all that's required to complete that process is to submit an application form, which can be found on the ACUHO-I website. We ask for specific materials to be submitted, like an abstract and some other documents. The full information is on our website, so you can prepare before you would submit that. And then typically 2 weeks to 3 weeks, we usually are able to follow up with you after that's submitted with a response about the research committee's review of your materials. If you're selected as an endorsed researcher, if your research is endorsed, then all we ask in return as a deliverable is that you host a webinar once your research is completed to share with our members and non-members alike what the outcome of your research was and takeaways for those working in the field. And then we also have a funded research program, which is annual, so it happens once per year. That is going to be open every April. We typically start sharing announcements and information in March each year. That process allows for funding up to $7,000 to support your research efforts. Again, there's full information about that and the required materials on the ACUHO-I website. For both endorsed and funded research, we try to align with ACUHO-I's research agenda items as well as future of the profession. There's also information about those things on our website and linked in the applications you would complete so that you're able to reference that information. But essentially, we ask you to relate your research to those areas and tell us how they align when you're submitting an application. For funded research, once you submit your materials, if you are selected as a funded researcher, then again, you would work with me. And once your research is complete, the deliverables we ask for in return would be that you submit a manuscript to JCUHO, which is the ACUHO-I Journal, Journal of College and University Student Housing, if I'm not mistaken, is, is what that stands for, JCUHO. That you host a webinar for our members and non-members that will be recorded and posted on our YouTube channel, and then that you submit a white paper, which we will work with you to edit and format, and then that will be posted in the ACUHO-I bookstore, free for members, and typically around $10 for non-members to purchase. But we see our funding is received from the ACUHO-I Foundation, so we see that white paper as a benefit for members, and that's why we make those free for them to download and access. And I think that's basically a good overview of both.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. We'll turn it over to Paul.
Yeah, thank you, Janie. My name is Paul Yar. I've been associated with the research committee on and off since 1976. So I kind of have the historical perspective. I'm here right now to talk to you and follow up on what Tori just talked about. And that's an ideal opportunity for any committee member if he or she would like to become on the funded research. There's a two-step process. Once the manuscript has been submitted, there's what we call phase one reviewers, and then phase two. The phase two review team is much smaller. It's usually the chair-elect, and Tori. But the phase one review opportunity is available to anyone who is interested. We usually do the call for phase one reviewers, usually start in January, February. And then we put out information that talks about the timeline, because this is going to be important if you want to choose to get involved. The key thing is there's usually about a 5 to 7 day window. Tori talked about the submitted in April, and we get the information out early on. This is the time frame you'll need. If you choose to apply to be a phase one reviewer, you will be allotted a certain number of submissions that comes through the central office. Tori handles this. And the number of manuscripts one would review depends on the numbers of manuscripts that are submitted. I would say on an average, it's usually maybe as high as 3 or 4. It could be as small as 2. And that also depends on the number of phase one reviewers. It's an excellent way for anyone to get involved. There is a rubric that is provided, so you're given guidance on what you're going to be asked to respond on. We also have a virtual webinar training session, quote unquote. And it's an opportunity in a defined period of time to share your opinion and your professional expertise and review. And that's a wonderful way that any committee member, and frankly, any member of the association, if he or she would like to be involved. The only caveat is you cannot have a manuscript in the process and also serve as a phase one reviewer. Okay, I'll kick it back.
Awesome. Thank you. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about our endorsed research judging. So for the endorsed research, we get those throughout the year. And what the process like is we'll do a call to our members to see who is available to review. And then Troy puts together the rubric and materials for us. And then we as reviewers, typically 2 to 3 folks, will take a look at the materials and confirm that it is a research project that we do endorse and think that would be good for the membership. Things we're typically looking for are IRB approval and process, relation to the ACUHO-I partners. So making sure that the research that will be produced would benefit ACUHO-I in some way in the membership, and making sure that the quality and the depth of the research is there. And so that is a really great opportunity if you are interested in research in general, and find it really a great concept. It's really exciting to see folks' ideas, and it's even more exciting when they do their endorsed research and then you see it in the field, either in a journal or at a conference. So that is a really great opportunity as well. Again, it is a seasonal commitment, and typically it's about a 2 to 3 hour commitment for folks who participate as endorsed researchers each time it goes around, to really give a good deep dive and review of each application, and then to connect with us to provide the feedback. So that is another opportunity to engage with that from the member side. I'll turn it over to Ian to chat a little bit about our research poster sessions and also the awards committee.
Hello, my name is Ian. I've served on the research committee for a few years, past chair, and I've had the opportunity to work with our research posters and research poster sessions in the past. And research posters are a great opportunity to engage with research, to present research. It has historically been primarily dissertation research from folks. And it's a good opportunity and mechanism to present that research just in a different way. So if perhaps you're not necessarily wanting to do a 50-minute presentation, you have the opportunity through research posters to be able to provide an opportunity to share your research in an entirely different format. Oftentimes it's a little more low key. We've done it in a couple of different formats. And so some of the ways you get to interact with participants more on a kind of one-on-one or as they pass by. And then other times we have done short kind of presentations of the research posters, but kind of in a similar low-key format to allow folks to really have an opportunity to engage with the folks that are stopping by to hear about the research that you're wanting to present. So found that this is a great way to perhaps dip your toe into presenting research at a larger perhaps conference. And so if you don't want to make that huge jump just quite yet, the research posters opportunity is a great way to do that. I had the opportunity to present my dissertation research in a poster in 2017, 2018, which was a great opportunity. I got to meet a number of wonderful folks, and that's how I got engaged with the research committee. And so I encourage folks to look into the research posters as a way to present research and get engaged. One of the other ways that we have to kind of collaborate with some of the other committees through ACUHO-I is our collaboration with the awards committee. And so over the last couple of years, the research committee has partnered with the awards committee in regard to the Dissertation of the Year award. And so we're able to have a member represent the research committee that reviews all of the Dissertation of the Year awards and provide feedback and input to that committee as to our recommendation as far as the awardee. And so again, it's a wonderful opportunity to collaborate and also learn about what goes on with an entirely different committee within ACUHO-I. And so it doesn't take a large time commitment, and so it's a great opportunity to meet new folks and kind of see what individuals are being nominated for with regard to awards and all the great work that they're doing. So again, I highly encourage folks that are participating with the research committee to look into that as an opportunity to collaborate. So, go ahead and turn it over to Tori.
I think the last thing I'm talking about is, I guess, another way that we sort of, or I sort of liaise with other committees, and that would be every year we seek feedback from our members who've attended our annual conference, previously ACUHO-I Conference and Expo, now Campus Home Live. So once I process the feedback that's been received, We use that internally at ACUHO-I to help plan for next year's events, and that involves most all of our committees in some capacity or another. And so that information, once we've digested it, will get passed along to those different committees in some capacity as we're planning for next year's event. And so that's something that I would do every year, typically in July and August after we get back from the conference and after the July 4th holiday. That also sort of coincides with the Campus Housing Index data collection opening. So it might get delayed a little bit depending on that, but that would potentially be something that could be worked on as we're planning for next year's conference if we need assistance from research committee members with planning poster sessions or being serving in a session focused on research as a moderator. There's different ways we might need you on the ground there or virtually as we're planning the event on the back end as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Well, I hope that hearing about these opportunities with the research committee has gotten you very excited to join us either at a meeting or connecting with us by email or in our online community. So that way you can get involved and help shape the research arm of ACUHO-I for the future. One of the best ways to get involved with the research committee is to just join our online community. It's where we post all of our updates and information about meetings. So you can find us through the online platform. You can also communicate with any committee member through that platform. You're also welcome to reach out to me as chair, and you would do so by emailing saccoj@uw.edu. So connect with us online, come to a meeting, or work on a project. Anyway, it's a great way to get involved. But we hope this time has been helpful and informational for you all as you discern the best way to work with us. So we hope to hear from you soon. Thanks for watching.